For more on Obama's new Afghan plan, Priya Sridhar is standing by in our Washington studio. Hi there, Priya. So, after Barack Obama has made this address to the nation, what's the reaction expected from Americans?
That's right. Well, many people thought that President Obama had a lot of convincing to do tonight, especially with the growing disapproval for this war. But did the American people buy President Obama's decision to send 30,000 more troops to Afghanistan? Well, joining me to help talk about just that is Jake Diliberto, founder for Veterans Rethinking Afghanistan. Jake, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, I want to ask you, do you think that President Obama was able to win over any of his critics tonight with his decision and his speech today?
Well, I think that the right-wing America is going to support the idea of sending more troops, but the left, or the base that got President Obama elected, he was not successful in convincing them that this was indeed a necessary war, or that indeed that this was an affordable, or that the mission that he was prescribing could be done. The reason for that is because an 18-month deployment of 30,000 troops is not a realistic perspective. It's going to take these troops at least 3 months to get comfortable in country, and it's going to take them at least 9 months to develop some sort of relationships with the Afghanistan people on the ground. So this is a very flawed perspective from his speech, so far as I gather.
Are you worried that he might have to revise his plan at all, given the fact that you think that this might not be a very realistic plan in the first place?
Absolutely. Not only is he going to have to revise his plan, but it's not, the plan he has set forth is not going to accomplish the goals that he has described, which is to suppress the Taliban and make the Karzai government be respected by the Afghanistan people. The Afghanistan people in the south and the Pashtun regions, it's going to take them several decades to support or even become friendly with the Kabul-centered government. So this is a massive undertaking that is going to take a far deeper perspective than what President Obama alluded to tonight.
And you know, President Obama did talk a little bit about the Afghan government. He said that they were legitimate, but he also mentioned corruption. And he even went so far as to say that in recent years, things in Afghanistan have gone backwards. Did that surprise you at all that he kind of admitted that?
No, I don't think so. President Obama clearly is a smart individual and is going to hear all sides of the perspective, and he's going to be more transparent than the previous President Bush. But the idea that he is going to bear all to the American people or to the world, I think it would be naive. He will not give us all the details, and that you can take that how you want.
And, you know, many of his critics said that he simply made this decision to save face or for political reasons. But he said that, you know, there are imminent security concerns and that if this wasn't a huge security threat, he would bring all the troops home tomorrow. I mean, did you buy it? Did you buy that?
No, not in 100 years has the United States gone to war with someplace and brought their troops home to the next day. We still have bases in Germany, in Japan, in South Korea, and other places. And we still have bases in Saudi Arabia. So to think that we're only there for our own security really, I think, is naive. It allows the United States to have a projection of power to present itself to existing in Afghanistan. So we'll have troops there for several decades to come.
And you know, President Obama outlined a three-pronged strategy that included a military effort for transition, a partnership with Pakistan, and a civilian surge. Did anything about that revised or new strategy strike you as anything new, or do you think this was just what we've been talking about all along?
Right. Well, no, there's nothing new about that. That should have always been the case. But the problem the previous Bush administration ran into, and the last General McKiernan, was they tried to operate unilaterally and do things without respecting the cultures of the people in the surrounding areas. President Obama's leadership's a little bit sharper, a little bit more cultural savvy, but I still don't trust that their relationships are going to be the most ethical. The Pakistan government has got a massive ordeal to deal with their own military, with their own corruption and their own government systems, and pressure from surrounding India. So I don't think that this is something new. It seems to me political talk.
And you know, many people's initial reactions to the speech tonight was that President Obama put all his cards out on the table. He talked about how it's going to cost $30 billion a year to send those troops over there. And he even compared the Afghanistan war to the Vietnam War, which is what a lot of his critics have been doing for the past couple months. Do you think he really put all his cards out on the table by talking about those things?
Certainly not. In fact, I think he just sort of pandered to those ideas. The idea of this costing $30 billion is a fantasy. It costs right now $5 billion a week. It'll cost another $5 billion a week once he sends these 40,000 troops, because it costs $1 million a year to have one soldier in country. That's problem number one. Go ahead.
And, you know, many Americans are hitting the streets today and tomorrow to protest President Obama's decision. What are you hoping will happen from here? You know, many people are calling for him to just withdraw all the troops right now. What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping that in 6 months' time, we recognize that this surge of troops will not be able to do the type of mission as described, and that we take a more modest approach with intelligence and special operations to find al-Qaeda and put them in jail. We allow the Afghanistan people to develop their own kind of government the way they want it to be, and we allow the greater Middle East to sort of take time and come in business with the rest of the West. It's a long-term, holistic approach, not just a security battle. And I feel that President Obama I don't think that he's going to win another election based on this particular move.
Well, I think everyone will have their eye on Washington to see what happens next, and we'll certainly be keeping you updated on all of that. But for now, it's back to you guys in Moscow.
All right, RT's Priya Schreeder breaking it down with Afghan war veteran and member of Rethink Afghanistan movement, Jake Diliberto. Thanks, Priya.